Hello and welcome to the Don't Tail This podcast, a sports betting podcast that never thinks they're going to win until they do. I'm your host, Al Mannarino. With me is my co-host and fellow winner, Mr. Ben Murchison. Ben, what is going on?
What's going on, Al, is I'm currently watching this Friday Night Lights game, Chiefs and Chargers. We've had some action already. Unfortunately, one of our picks, Xavier Worthy, went down, like play number 2.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't hit his line, but it looks like that's going to be voided for us. So we'll see. The rest of the lines, Quentin Johnson looked really good. Excellent choice, Al, going through and deciding at the last minute to pivot to him. That's why we keep you on this podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, and we got Travis Kelce and Lad McConkey that we're still watching closely. So we obviously probably won't have a word by the time we finish this one. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll get some big plays in.
I hope not.
To just celebrate live.
I hope not. That means this is a very late podcast recording. We didn't want to do this this late, but our schedules, you have a new baby. I have 2 kids myself. The schedule did not allow us to get these picks in earlier, but we're still on a perfect release schedule. You're still getting this episode Saturday, right before the slate of games, Sunday and Monday. But with all that being said, we have to do a quick recap of Thursday Night Football.
We do.
In which the most exciting thing was neither Spitgate nor a lightning storm. What was it, Ben?
Very true. To others, maybe those were the most exciting pieces of the game. For us, we cashed a ticket right off the bat. We're 1-0.
1-0, baby.
Insane start. We almost, and honestly, we almost cashed the ticket in the first half. We were pretty much ready to celebrate the first half.
It would have been elite if that happened.
Jahan Dotson, we might as well have done a ladder bet on him. We're never going to get him for 8.5 yards again. He crushed that line. He was their leading receiver, which is an insane thing to say. CeeDee Lamb.
In a team with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, Jahan Dotson. Exactly. We just knew it.
We knew. My boy, Jahan
Dotson.
CeeDee Lamb obviously went way over the 73.5, even though we did have 2 critical drops that basically were all anybody was talking about, despite the other 100+ yards that he went for. And then Jalen Hurts crushed his rushing over. So we were just basically sitting around waiting for Saquon Barkley. He dropped his first reception. We were like, shit, this is a problem. But then after the lightning storm, he came out and they went to him early and often and immediately went over. I wasn't sure we were going to stay awake to see that. I was watching, my baby cry, feeding her and then, changing her. So I ended up watching the rest of that game. I texted you and then you texted me this morning, I think, thinking that I didn't know.
I fell asleep. It was 2 teams that I couldn't care about. It was 3 yards before the delay game. And I was like, I guess Ben and I will find out what happens in the morning. And I didn't know that you ended up staying up. So I'm glad you did. You got to celebrate the victory with your daughter, which is fantastic. I got a decent amount of sleep, which was also nice.
Good for you.
But yeah, that was incredible. What a way to start. Just
$20 into $280, just like that. Let's just do that every time.
If we can do that every time, that would be incredible.
Seems simple.
So moving on, we have a lot to talk about, which is great because we have a full slate of Sunday games. We have Sunday Night Football.
We do.
And we have Monday Night Football.
We do.
So
it's good stuff.
I think we just need to get right into it.
We're going to jump into it. We got, same thing that we were doing for Thursday's game. We got 4-leg parlay for each block of games. We're going to be picking essentially 4, picks again for each 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, the Sunday Night Football and the Monday night, and then we'll go through and jump them in and see which ones we want to roll with for actual official parlays. But let's go ahead and jump into our 1 o'clock. Al, do you want to start us off with your first selection?
Yeah, so for our Sunday 1 p.m. picks, I am going with Kyler Murray over 25.5 rushing yards. So Kyler starts off when healthy, pretty strong. This is a very hyped up team. A lot of people are saying watch out for the Cardinals this year. I think this is the most exciting a Kyler team has been in a while. We have McBride and Harrison coming back, expecting a lot of big things from a step up in Harrison. They've improved the team with free agency and a really solid draft. But more importantly, Kyler Murray still knows how to run. And just like Lamar Jackson, just like Josh Allen, Murray likes to run. 25.5 seems pretty low. I think last year he was averaging around 32, 33 the last time I checked. I think it's just first game of the season. I think this is a prime opportunity to see Kyler use his legs.
Yeah, I don't dislike that. That was,
It's
like, on
also
my
against the
list.
Saints.
It is, and, yeah, Kyler does like to run. I looked at a lot of rushing quarterback lines. Kyler really didn't cross my mind for whatever reason, but as
Mhm.
soon as you brought it up, I was like, "Yes, I do like that. I do like Kyler Murray's scrambling abilities." I don't know what the offensive line looks like this year. We'll see how they hold up or if he's kinda running for his life. That obviously adds, a lot to his ability to cross that line. For my first pick, I'm gonna go with another thing from that game, but I'm gonna take the other side of it. I'm gonna do Alvin Kamara over 4.5 receptions. There's a line that he went over 9 times last year, and really it just kind of comes down for me like Spencer Rattler's best chance of success is to get Kamara the football in some space against that Cardinals defense and see if he can do something with it. Um, I I expect a lot of dump off passes to Kamara.
I like that a lot. I don't trust anyone on that team doing anything outside of Alvin Kamara. I think that's a good pick. His last season average was 4.9 with a slew of different quarterbacks. So I really don't trust
Yeah,
the season average there. It's really just for me, a Rattler question.
that's a big question. That's
Huge.
Yeah. I would not be surprised to see 3 different quarterbacks, take snaps as QB1 for that team this year, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, that's my first pick. Al, who do you have number 2?
Okay, so I'm going to go with another Russian quarterback here, and I'm going to go Geno Smith over 8.5 rushing yards. I don't know
Are
if
we
you were looking at that one either, but
He was not when I think of running quarterback, he's not the first guy that comes to mind.
so interestingly enough, I thought the same thing. Apparently, he averaged 16 rushing yards, and he's playing a top 3 defense in the NFL. Um, New team,
Yeah.
completely new offense. Obviously, they have Gianti, but if he can't get started, if we don't see the explosiveness off the bat against, again, one of the top, I believe, 3 defenses in the NFL rated, if not top 5, um, then Gino's going to have to use his legs. So very short pick on this one. I figured 8.5. I want something that's literally done in the first quarter.
Are you gonna give me 4 legs and it's all running quarterbacks for the 1 PM game?
No, that'd be super interesting. I'm actually talking myself out of Kyler because I just saw the line change to 27.
Oh, okay. That's the
So
thing. These lines are always gonna adjust as you're
I
kinda
know,
doing them.
but that's why
If
I'm
you
trying
see
to
it go
build them out.
down, then that's the time to jump, but,
Yeah.
okay. My next 2 I actually feel probably more confident about than, well, let's see. I've got 3 that I've still gotta give, so I have 2 at the end that I think are the 2 that I'm gonna wanna go with, but my next one, I also still do like, David Njoku over 50.5 receiving yards. He was banged up a lot of last season. I still went over that line 5 out of 11 times, but most importantly to me, the factor is that Joe Flacco's his best friend. They are like a cute buddy comedy, group together, and that's enough for me when they're going up against the Bengals, who's a team that's gonna put up a ton of points, so the Browns are gonna need to match that and try to score a ton of points. I think Njoku is the best weapon on that offense, and I expect them to go to him a ton. 50.5 seems like a very gettable number for him.
I like it. It wasn't the Bengals. I actually had 2 Bengals picks on here. I was going to go
Ooh.
with one of them, but if we want to stay away from the same game with some of these, we can avoid them. I have some other picks as well, but I do like the pick. Flacco does know how to sling it, and he's probably the most trustworthy. It is a team that also has Jerry Jeudy, but his
They
his
do.
line is very, very high to me.
Yeah.
Um, all right, good pick. Um,
Thank you, sir.
I don't know if I should go with my safe pick here or
We're gonna go with both eventually, so which
that's fair.
go
Okay.
in alphabetical order.
Let me take Brock Bowers over
Mm,
65.5 receiving yards.
okay.
So going back to the same Raiders game and going to maybe my favorite player to watch right now. Um, he's a stud, dude. I mean, he was electric last year, and I think and that was with shit quarterbacks. That was with, like, absolute trash can quarterbacks.
Everybody we call is a trash can. I think
I
we've
know, but,
mentioned
like,
trash cans at quarterback on, like, every pod.
but, like, think about who I mean, it was, like,
I
Aiden
mean,
O'Connell and
I don't
Gardner
disagree.
Minshew.
Yeah,
It was bad. So,
yeah,
this is the buy Brock low because he's got a new quarterback.
yeah.
65.5. Last season averaged 70.2. He is their lad. He is their Chase. He is their guy. Like he's their Kelsey. Prime Kelsey.
He is
At
pretty
this
much their
point.
everything. Jacoby
He is
Myers, I
their
guess,
everything.
he's like the only other real target that I can think of on that roster
Mhm.
as far as throwing the ball to. So yeah, I mean he's tight end one to me this year. So I like that pick. I'm going back to back running backs over rushing yards with my next two picks. First one, Jonathan Taylor over 77.5 yards rushing. Largely, when your quarterback is Daniel Jones, you need to look elsewhere for offensive production. He crushed this line 10 times last season, including 4 straight games to end the year. He was averaging like 150 yards a game in those last 4. It was like an insane clip. The Dolphins' run defense is not ready for Jonathan Taylor. I think he's going to have a huge day.
I don't disagree. I think he kind of needs to have a huge game. So that was rushing yards
Mm-hmm.
over 77.5.
77.5, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. Might as well. Should we just stay within this game?
We can.
All right. I feel like you know who I'm going to next. Over 38.5 receiving yards. 39.5 receiving yards.
Okay, now I know who you're going
It's
with.
Mr. Tyler Warren. I'm going rookie, tight end, second coming of Brock Bowers. I witnessed firsthand, as many Giants fans did, when Daniel Jones came back last season from injury before leaving again. He could not throw the deep ball. It's not there. It's the reason we literally dropped him from the team. We couldn't see it. It was impossible to see. If he's going to throw any passes, which because he's the quarterback, I think he's legally obligated to.
Part of the job requirement,
Part of the
I think,
job.
yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be a bunch of short, quick routes to Tyler Warren, who's going to make a name for himself week 1 in the NFL.
About to make a name for himself. I like
Right.
it. I do like Tyler Warren. I've got a lot of Tyler Warren action in a lot of my fantasy leagues anytime I could get him. Speaking of fantasy leagues, this next guy is a fantasy darling from last season. Helped me win a bunch of leagues. Mr. Bucky Irving, over 67.5 rushing yards. He went over that 9 times, and basically every single time that he was the number 1 running back, the clear pick. He was sharing time a lot with Rachaad White prior. It's a really low line for him at 67.5, and I don't think he's going to get anything that's going to look like 67.5 moving forward past this. Last year he played the Falcons twice. He had 44 yards in both of those games, but it came off of just 9 carries because he wasn't the clear number 1 yet. He's going to blow that line out of the water. That's what I was saying. The two running backs like Bucky Irvin and Jonathan Taylor, the two that I probably feel the most confident about from the 4.
All right, that's 8 picks.
Yeah, it is 8 picks. So what are our best 4 from this?
Can I just tell you 2 that I wanted to say, but didn't end up saying?
So you want to go 10 picks? We can't do 10 picks per.
I know. I just want to shout out Mike G on the Bengals because his line's only 20.5 yards, and I really.
I'm surprised he wasn't in there. Honestly, yeah, I was thinking
know.
that would be in there.
I know.
I mean, we didn't touch the Giants Commanders game, so
I think we did that on purpose.
Yeah, I think because we both know that we're gonna throw so many bets on that game that we're just not gonna taint it with the official don't tail this bet either.
Exactly.
I think we did discuss prior that we'll just do a little side bet on here. Whichever team wins that, we'll get a veto power for that host. So if the Giants win, you get to make the final call when we can't decide, and vice versa. So yeah, that should be fun.
Yeah, the only other pick I was gonna mention because I'm surprised you didn't mention him was Bijan.
I wanted to. The line was weird. I tried to look at a bunch of different lines. The running back lines that I liked the most were for Bucky and Jonathan. I could see Bijan getting a lot of, catches too from Penix kind of checking down.
That's what I had, 23.5 receiving yards.
Yeah. So I could see that piece, but I was trying to stick largely to the rushing lines. But yeah, we'll see. I think Penix can have a big game too. I'm actually excited to watch that game. I'll probably try to catch some of it.
All right. What's the one that you like the most so far?
Well, I guess I'd take Bucky Irving as my number 1.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor would be my number 2 out of the ones that I did.
Wow.
I trying to think which ones did you like the most of yours?
For the most of mine, none of them. No.
Okay, so we're taking Alvin Kamara, David Njoku, Jonathan Taylor, and Bucky Irving.
All right. It's funny because I like both of the Raiders picks. I think the Geno one can happen very quickly, but I think the Bowers one is most likely to happen.
Sure.
I think you like the Bowers one more than the Geno one. I'm just sensing your overall.
I do like Bowers, especially if you're going to do 2 running quarterback ones. I'd maybe feel better about Kyler Murray's running quarterback than I would the Geno Smith one.
Fair.
I don't know would you want him have Bowers and then have Kyler be the other one, or do you want to insert another guy?
I mean, do you prefer Murray over Warren?
Not necessarily. I do expect big things for Warren. I'm fine with Warren. I mean, if you want to go 2 tight ends for you and I go 2 running backs.
I kind of like the symmetry.
Okay. Well, let's go with the symmetry. So, yeah, let's build that one out.
All
2
right,
tight
so
ends from your side and then my running backs.
So we're looking at Brock Bowers over 65.5 receiving yards. Jonathan Taylor over 77.5 rushing yards. Bucky Irving over 67.5. And then I'm calling an audible because I don't want a same game parlay within our parlay.
Okay.
So I'm going to remove Mr. Tyler Warren for today. I'm going to put back in Mr. Kyler Murray for his rushing prop, which I am grabbing live on recording at 27.5. I know it's a little bit of bump. That is a 4-pick parlay, and that is plus 1152.
Okay.
Now, before we go any further, I want to mention that DraftKings, who is, once again, not a sponsor of this podcast.
Shocking.
Yet. They have a promo happening for week 1 called it's like the ghost leg. So it's if one of your legs does not hit, they will basically void it, and then the rest of the parlay will hit instead of being ruined by one leg for the parlay. This might be the one we use it for, but we do get one each. We do get one each, so we could do.
That is true.
That is true because full transparency, Ben and I split up the bet. So Ben would take this one, I would take the next one, and vice versa, and then we just share the money at the end, which was great because that actually happened yesterday.
It was nice to be able to sell you some money today. Like,
it was fantastic.
Here's your
and here is my Zelle information. Okay, so let's. I like that plus 1152. Do you feel comfortable with that?
I like that.
Excellent. All right.
So we ready to move into 4 p.m.?
I believe so. So
Sweet.
Sunday 4 p.m. picks.
This is East Coast, by the way. I know if you're West Coasters, you're like, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah, what are they talking about?
But
like
yeah, 4 p.m. for us.
The late afternoon games. Let's call it that. So yeah, sorry. We are East Coast, as the Giants and Commanders would give you a hint. So for my first pick, kind of going left field, as I usually do, I'm going to go Tyler Lockett over 22.5 receiving yards.
I'll let you sell that one a little bit, but I love, there's so many people to choose from. I'm going to be shocked if we ever duplicate. I know it'll happen at some point, but yeah, Tyler Lockett was not somebody that crossed my mind. So yeah, why do you like Tyler Lockett?
So I'm going veteran presence. That's the move I'm making here. I'm going with.
It sounds like your gut.
I loved Tyler Lockett on the Seahawks. Like, he was that guy that was like so reliable.
DK was receiver. Love that. Yeah.
DK was that boomer bust kind of guy. ASN kind of came in and started pushing Lockett out. But anytime Lockett played, dude, he was always that guy that was always going to get you like 30, 40 yards. He was a great fantasy guy.
Yeah. No,
so
I agree.
I like the veteran presence. That's my pick so far. What do you got?
So I'm actually going to dip my toes into the rushing quarterback well here and go with Mr. Bo Nix over 19.5 yards rushing. He averaged 26.3 last season, went very much over that the last 4 games of the year. They were kind of fighting for the playoff spot. It's a game that they should easily be ahead in, I think, against the Titans. I think they're probably the Titans defense would be smart to try to bring the house a little bit and try to throw him off, but I think that just opens up some lanes for him to try to run and escape the pocket more. Bo Nix is like a super fun player to watch. I mean, obviously, if Jaden Daniels, didn't exist last year, then Bo would have been the clear rookie of the year. So it's, I think it's a game where Bo Nix is going to do some big things, and it's going to be like a showcase for him. I mean, everybody's probably going to have a lot of showcases against the Titans, but I think 19.5 is on the low side of what we'll see his lines moving forward as the season progresses.
Well, I'm glad I don't have to say that one because that was on my list.
We got a duplicate. Look at us go.
We did. Can
Well,
I?
let's check your third rushing quarterback line. So I guess I'm not that shocked.
I love the
I'm
rushing
guessing it's probably not
quarterback.
going to be the last either. I'm sure you're going to have another one.
I did have another one. I
Yeah.
love the rushing quarterback, and I love the catching running back. Like that's the receiving running back. You know what I mean? Like that's my.
I mean,
That's
it's not
my.
a bad niche to
It's my.
have. Yeah.
It's my bread and butter.
Speaking of your bread or your butter, what's the next pick?
All right, you know this one's coming. Jameson Williams over 52.5 receiving yards.
I also have Jameson Williams over 52.5 receiving yards.
This is the reason we do this. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's like,
that
what
would-
do you What are you thinking?
That would make sense because we've both been very high on JMO like all year, anytime
him.
we've talked. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a high scoring affair against division opponent in the Packers. So yeah, I think he's gonna will over that one. So we can lock in JMO right away,
Yeah.
and I guess we can lock in Bo Nix right away. So we got two already.
I will say, dude, I was watching ESPN. They did this big season preview special thing yesterday on Thursday, and the amount of shit talk on the Lions was crazy. Everyone is saying like they're not gonna win the division. They're barely gonna make some of them had them out of the wild card. I was like, do you not think Dan Campbell
Is capable of doing anything.
expected to lose his top coordinators? He thought they were gonna just stay forever. Do you think Andy Reid was the same way? He's like, I'll just suck forever. Are you kidding me?
He
Like,
got
they
a
were
whole bonus year
incredible.
too because he thought Ben
Incredible
Johnson was
last
going to
year.
leave the year before, and he stuck
Exactly.
around. So he had another year to prepare. Plus,
Dum
they do
dums.
still have Gibbs and Montgomery and St. Brown and it's killer defense. Yeah, Lions will be fine. But yeah, Jameson Williams is one of those guys that I expect to just continue to take steps forward. So we're both on that one. Let's see if we have any other overlaps. I'm not guessing you have this one. Jaden Higgins over 34.5 yards receiving. Really exciting rookie. The Texans are a team that love themselves a wide receiver too. Obviously, Nico Collins is going to get tons of the attention, rightfully so. But it's because of that guys like Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, Mechie, they were always in our parlays because they were the second wide receiver on that team, and they tended to kind of get the overplays of those. So I really am excited to kind of see what Jaden Higgins looks like in that offense. And I think he's the clear wide receiver too in that offense. So yeah, 34.5 seems like another one where it's probably one of the lower lines that you'll see, especially if he comes out and plays well right away.
I like it a lot. I will say I have another receiver from that game, and I liked it a little more.
Okay.
But
is it
I'll
a
let you
Rams
convince me.
receiver?
It is a Rams receiver because another team everyone keeps talking up is the Rams are going to be so good this year, even though Matthew Stafford has a broken back. I don't know why, but
He'll be fine.
obviously this is a team that has Puka Nacua.
They do.
They just picked up Devontae Adams. I picked neither of those guys.
Of course not.
I'm going Tyler Higbee
Why
over
not?
23.5 receiving yards. Love my tight ends, as I
You
said
do.
multiple times on this podcast. Again, start of the season, just get a rhythm going. Short passes to the tight end. It's 23.5. He can knock it out in literally 1 to 2 catches, and then we just wait for the other legs to cash. That's kind of my MO with this season is what's the easiest way, the quickest way I can avoid heartbreak.
Yeah. You don't want to watch the whole game to get your bet to hit. You want to get
I'm
in the
watching
first
Red
quarter.
Zone, man. I want to watch the hits. Give me the hits.
You should just do an all touchdown parlay then. Why were you even messing with yards?
Maybe.
But,
Maybe later.
yeah, I don't hate that one. I've got another one that it's another guy that I want every piece of possible, in fantasy. I think I have him on literally every roster. It's Ricky Pearsall over 42.5 yards receiving. He's, to me, their most exciting player on that offense right now. Obviously, George Kittle's great. He's just a consistent, what you're going to get with Kittle. He's going to be good. But Pearsall is just that flash player. Another divisional showdown, possibly no CMC in the game, so we got to keep an eye on that. Pour one out for all the CMC drafters in the first round that thought there's no way he's going to do that to us again. And he looks like he's doing that to you again. 42.5 is, again, I think, low side of what we're going to get for Ricky Pearsall. They just don't know how to mark him up right now. He had 69 yards and 141 yards the last 2 games of last year, where they really just kind of were getting him more and more involved. I think that Greg Jennings did sign his contract to go through and play, but he's kind of like more of a deep ball guy to me. So I think Ricky Pearsall is going to get more receptions and have a chance to turn that into more yards. So 42.5, Ricky Pearsall.
Love that. Can I stay to the same game?
You can do whatever you want, Al.
Thank you, sir. I'm going another rushing quarterback prop. Mr. Brock Purdy over 12.5 rushing yards.
Jesus. Okay. Do you have some statistical information?
Did you know? Did you know he averaged 21.5 last season?
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear from you. Is just some statistical data to back up to like this is a legitimate play.
If CMC is not playing, which it's trending somewhat that direction.
Yeah, that's how it looks right now, unless they're just messing with us.
It's going to be a repeat of last year. Purdy had to use his legs. It's kind of a no-brainer. I could see this line moving up as soon as they say CMC is not playing. Right now, CMC lines are still in DraftKings, even though he missed practice today.
Interesting. Do they have like Brian Robinson Jr. lines? I didn't even look.
No.
Yeah, see, they're not going to until they figure out what the injury line is going to be, because otherwise it'd be like,
is he the clear?
Smash.
Is he the clear RB2?
I think so. For what they traded to get him for a reason.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be the RB2. I mean, he was the starter like for the Commanders last season.
I know.
I mean, you kind of know what you have with the other guys like Isaac Guerrero or whatever. But yeah, I think he's probably going to be the clear number 2. It makes more sense to me now why they brought him in too. I mean, they had to know that this was trending. And so they're like, you know what, we should probably get another RB1 just in case somebody that has a proven track record. So It seemed like just a nice handcuff until it became serious. Okay, so we were both on Bo Nix. We were both on Jameson Williams. So we just got to pick 2 out of the other ones.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you have a flag that you want to plant firmly in the ground for one of the ones that you brought up?
I was going to say Purdy, but I think you're going to do the same for Pearsall.
I do like Pearsall. I mean, I also think Jaden Higgins at just 34.5 is a good line. I mean, we're really talking about a very small difference between 42.5, 34.5. So I'm fine with either one of those. I don't know if you like your tight ends more or what your preference is. Is it Higbee?
I like Nix. I like Williams. I like Purdy.
Okay.
Higbee's kind of up. I feel like Higbee's kind of a no-brainer. But give me your third first.
I mean, Ricky Pearsall would be I think I would go with Pearsall.
All right, then I'll go Higbee then.
Okay.
That's fine. I'd rather not have 2 from the same game.
Yeah.
All right.
And maybe not 2 rushing quarterback lines.
Exactly. We are back over 1,200. We're at plus 1,205 on this one. I forgot to do how much that would be last one, but 1,205, 20 to win, 261.18.
Okay. That was Bo Nix over 19.5, Jameson Williams over 52.5, Ricky Pearsall over 42.5, and then your boy Higbee
over 23.5.
23.5. Love it.
Yeah.
We're moving into Sunday Night Football. Rocking and rolling.
Very much so.
Loving it. Let me start us off here because I'm just going to go with, in my mind, the most no-brainer pick, and that's Derrick King Henry. It's 84.5 yards, which is a lot of yards if you're anybody other than Derrick Henry. I'm not getting cute on this pick. He's a monster. He takes all the pressure off of Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I think he's just going to break a big one that's probably going to take like 60-something plus yards out of it right off the bat. I think anytime that I didn't include Derrick Henry in a parlay last year, I was like, why didn't I just throw Derrick Henry in a parlay? So I'm starting off by throwing Derrick Henry in a parlay.
I'm glad we are on the same boat right off the bat with Sunday night. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's everything you just said. And then just to reiterate, every time you didn't put him in, he murdered this line. I think against the Bills, he had almost like 200 yards or something.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. I mean, you're going to inevitably see him streaking down the sideline after he stiff-arms somebody into oblivion. And just you're watching like the last 30 yards with nobody around him going like, damn, why didn't I have him in that parlay? So, yeah, we're taking that off the table. And we're just throwing him in there right off the top. So, Derrick Henry is locked in at over 84.5. Okay, who else you got now?
I have Shakir over 46.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
It's wide receiver 1 to the reigning MVP. He's got a pretty good receiving core. But mostly it's built upon what was established last year, and that's Shakir at 1 and Coleman at 2. I really like Shakir. He's very much there if I had to compare him to another player, it'd be like a Monroe St. Brown. He's just kind of so versatile and dangerous.
Ross St. Brown would look at you like, what the hell are you talking about?
No, I mean, like in terms of his style of play, like the way that Allen throws the ball to him, he's very much like.
The production's not on par. We'll make that clear.
No,
Like,
and that's why his line. That's why I'm getting him low. That's why I'm getting him at 46.5, because I think he has the ability to be that for this team. The way that they use him, his production, the way he's kind of all over the field and he's great in every spot. I really like Shakir, especially this. I'm very much buying low.
Yeah, I tried to look. I looked at his line and I looked at Keon Coleman's line. I think I looked at Dalton Kincaid's line a little bit. I was trying to get a receiver in that offense, and I just couldn't pull the trigger on any of them. So you picked for me. I don't hate Shakir. Out of that group, he'd probably be the one that I would go with. I will take Mark Andrews over 3.5 receptions. I know you don't love receptions, but
hate him.
Yep. I think Lamar Jackson is going to be on a mission to get the bad taste out of Mark Andrews' mouth and kind of get fans off his back after, obviously, the last time we saw him, he was dropping the pass in the playoffs. I think that's really the reasoning here for me about how many targets he's going to get. Force feed on the ball, let him get confidence back. There's no Isaiah Likely to take any, those receptions away from him. I would also, we're not going to throw it in here, but if you're looking for like an anytime touchdown player, I think Mark Andrews is going to be a good bet on that one too, because same reason. I think they want to get him in the end zone and let him celebrate and kind of just, come around him and hug him based off of like all the shit that he had to take following the end of last season. So that's my mindset with him, but I do expect a good year for Andrews.
Yeah, I always like Mark Andrews. I know he missed a lot of last season, and there's no Isaiah Likely. He's not playing. So I think Jackson's going to go to him early and often. So great pick.
Thanks, buddy. Who's your next one?
All right. So I was kind of going with this guy's on the team pick.
Oh, boy. You love it when you have to like scroll and see like, oh, shit, I didn't even know it was there. I'm
going D-Hop. 15.5 yards. Again. No, that's the other guy, Mark Cooper.
Mark Cooper. I know he retired again.
So D-Hop averaged 33.6 yards last year in one of the worst but winningest offenses.
Yeah. So
think about it.
Sure.
Like
D-Hop came over to the Chiefs at the end of last season, right? Like when they needed a wide receiver desperately.
Correct.
I think he even had a touchdown in the Super Bowl or something. But like, probably should have retired again. Just said like my last catch was a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
I think D-Hop still has it. And I mean, really, if you look at the receiving core for the Ravens, you have Zay Flowers, obvious wide receiver 1.
Sure.
And then it's a kind of a hodgepodge mishmash of nonsense. I mean, you have
you took the hodgiest of the podges, I think, when you go DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you have Rashad Bateman. He is like deep ball threat. I really like Bateman. Yeah. I like him a lot, but he is like very much like a Lamar threw one pass to Bateman for 100 yards, and then we never saw Bateman for the rest of the game.
Sure. So it's like anything else. If you catch one pass for 100 yards, you can pretty much just like,
What if he dropped it and then you also never saw him for the rest of the game?
Well, yeah, it's true.
So you got Bateman, you have Justice Hill, who I do like, but he's very much like a,
I kind of want to talk about Justice Hill. I had him originally. Well, I had him originally because his line was low, and I looked at like some of the stuff with him. I did not ultimately end up putting him in my 4 picks.
Okay.
I think some of that became because they now have Keaton Mitchell on that roster. And
oh my God, your love for Keaton Mitchell knows no bounds.
I do love Keaton Mitchell, but I didn't see any lines available for Keaton Mitchell because I don't know if they know like what he's
happened last season. Yeah. You were always looking for his lines.
It was really hard. It'd be like one catch for like 5 yards. Like absolutely smash. But they didn't have any options. So my fear, the only thing with Justice Hill, I do think he probably will get over his line for catches and reception or receiving yards, but yeah, I preferred Keaton, so I stayed away.
I'm looking at the official depth chart, and Keaton is technically RB3.
Yeah.
So
he knows what his role is within that. Like they want to get him in space. Like he's not going to be like running it up the middle or anything or trying to get a yard. Like they're gonna get him some passes on the flat, like a little screen, and let him go. Or they're gonna pitch the ball out to him outside, run him on a reverse, something like that to kind of get him some space and let him just that 4-3 speed.
You're talking me into Justice Hill. I'm actually gonna recede my pick of Hopkins and pick Justice Hill at 18.5.
Okay, I'm not gonna fight you on that one because I
I'm
did have
just
it on
looking
my
at
ticket.
I'm looking at his production from last season, and like
I mean, they do love him in that spot. Yeah.
he was boomer bust, but like he had just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games where he went under
Under?
8 yards.
Oh, well, yeah.
Every other game, he 14, 15, 28, 61, 43, 44, 78, 21, 10, 52.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
I
I'm
kind of
fine with
like
you.
it.
I'm fine with you subbing it in. Maybe, well, we'll see what the next couple picks are, but, it could be something we circle back to. He was like on my potentials. Uh, I'll take another running back, but I'll take one for the Bills. I'm taking James Cook over 52.5 yards rushing. They need to keep that defense honest, and James Cook just got a bag. It's time for him to set the tone. He went over 12 times that line last season, including in all 3 playoff games, which is the reason I think that they chose to pay him what they did. So I expect them to rely on James Cook and for him to come through for him. So I do think 52.5 is like another kind of low line that, is one that's not going to stay that way.
So in my research, I was looking at him, by the way.
As you
In
should.
my research, I had saw that in the games he played against the Ravens, it was
Specifically, yeah.
no bueno.
Sure. Yeah.
So he had 39 rushing yards the first game, and then in the playoffs, he had 67, which is
More than
not
52.5.
It is more. It's the line is now 55.5.
Gosh, okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Don't love that.
Don't love it.
I like when the lines go down a little bit, but
Me too.
whatever. It's just more juice. It's more juice. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But okay, well, then we'll put that on the side. Then what else? What else you got left?
All right. If I'm allowed to do this, I'm doing this.
I want to say like you're allowed to do whatever you want, but now I'm a little concerned.
Josh Allen,
Rushing
anytime
yards?
touchdown
Oh.
plus 100.
I thought you were just doing another running quarterback line again. Josh Allen, anytime touchdown.
Technically, I am.
I mean, he would have to run for it or catch it. He could catch the pass.
He did both in one game.
Yeah. If we're gonna do an anytime touchdown in one of these, Josh Allen's a good guy to have in there. Can you give me some stats? How many rushing touchdowns did he have last year? How many games did he have when he got that available?
So in their playoff game, the divisional playoff, he had 2 against them.
Right.
I feel like he was right behind Cook, if I'm not mistaken, in rushing touchdowns.
Sure.
He basically had 1 a game. I think there was only 1, 2, 3, 4 games. Oh, 5 games, including the divisional game. He did not have 2 touchdowns.
I think I'm only surprised to see you put him in there because there's probably not a lot of juice on that one, huh? What is that
Plus
like?
100. It's plus 100.
Okay. Plus, that's actually surprising.
I know. Dude,
Yeah.
James Cook is plus 100. Lamar's plus 180. That's the one that makes sense.
Yeah.
Henry, obviously, there's no juice. So that's the only reason I like Allen, because he basically averages a fucking touchdown a game.
Sure.
You know he's going to use his legs.
Yeah, I'm on board with Allen.
He also
rushing.
had 60. He also had 67 rushing yards. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at James Cook still. That's why I didn't see Allen. Hold on.
If you want to put James Cook in there, just put James Cook in there.
I'm not going to. Sorry, I had my wrong tab open. Give me a moment.
If you can fix your tabs, well,
I'll fix my tabs.
all right.
fix
Well, while
your
you're fixing your tab, let me talk about my last pick.
Yeah, he did have 2 rushing touchdowns against Baltimore in the division game. 20 rushing yards.
That makes sense
and
because that was a
2
game in the
touchdowns.
snow, right? It was like snowing and it was beautiful. Unless I made that up, but yeah,
Believe
for
so.
sure, it was beautiful for everybody except for the Ravens when Mark Andrews was trying to catch a pass. Lamar Jackson is my last pick, and he is a rushing quarterback for me. So over 48.5 rushing yards, unless that line's changed since I looked at my numbers. He crushed that 13 times last year. 13 times going over, I'm going to take that every time. He shows up in big matchups, and he does like to run the ball a little bit in big matchups. 48.5 is a lot for a quarterback, but I think it's a good number for a guy like Lamar.
So I think it's almost 1 year. Next weekend is 1 year to the day that I was at a music festival, and we had him in a parlay together to go over rushing. Do you remember this?
I think I do.
Yeah. He had a garbage time run.
Yes,
It was
like right at the end.
and right at the end, he something happened, and we were so mad. It was like, I think it was the last leg too, and it would have been like, it would have slapped so hard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, but But again, he's the kind of guy too that he can break one like in big chunks, so he'll get like a 20-yard run like multiple times like in a game.
I like
so,
I like 48.5.
you like running quarterbacks, obviously.
Big old fan.
Did you have a pick left, or is that our full roster there?
That's it, man.
Okay. We didn't have any overlaps other than the Derrick Henry, right? So we just got Derrick Henry. We want to lock him in over 84 and a half. If I was going to push another one of mine that I really am strongly on board with, I think it would probably be the Mark Andrews.
The one I hate the most.
The one you hate the most. I will allow you to, to cancel it if we want to cancel it.
I think you're right on the money with it. I think it's going to be like 4 receptions. Like I really do think that. So I guess I have to go with your gut. I will say though,
I'm willing to slide
Vegas,
in like 2
Vegas
yards.
agrees. It is -177.
Yeah.
It's the best odds out of all of our picks.
Yeah.
Just putting that into consideration. So
I would take him at receiving yards, if you prefer that. If we wanted to go with Andrews and we did the receiving yards instead of just the receptions, like I don't know if that changes.
I think the
like,
touchdown's going to happen more than anything else.
Honestly, I think the touchdown's probably a lock too. Or we want to throw 2 like anytime touchdowns into this one.
Oh my God. We've done that before, haven't we?
I mean, Josh Allen and Mark Andrews mixed in with the Derrick Henry over 84 and a half. And then one more pick.
You're trying to convince me.
To take Lamar Jackson rushing over 48.
Dude, this is the one we do the ghost leg on.
Yeah. That's not, because then if one of the anytime touchdowns doesn't come, then we're good. And if it does come, then that's going to be a nice payout.
Hell yeah.
Do we want to rock that then? So we do a Mark Andrews and a Josh Allen anytime touchdown, and then a Derrick Henry over 84 and a half, and Lamar Jackson over 48 and a half. You crunch the numbers and you're giving me a look of like just disapproval.
It's going to go against everything we just said. So,
last time we did that, we did just throw Quinn Johnson in and like he hit right away. So I'm not sure if you're trying to flip the script again.
Do you prefer Henry to Jackson if you had to choose?
I think so. To me, I think that Henry's as close to a sure thing as you can really get, especially in a big game. I feel like he always shows up.
I agree.
Okay, good.
So no love for Shakir.
I don't not have love for Shakir. I have similar amount of love as I do for James Cook rushing line, I guess. But I know that does that put us Ravens heavy? I mean, I'm fine either way.
It does put us Ravens heavy because I was trying to balance the scales here.
Well, but I don't know. Now I'm really liking the 2 touchdowns being added in there though.
I know.
And so I think we just roll with that.
Man. All right.
What are the odds what's the odds and the payout on that one? And I do agree we could safeguard it with the DK.
So it's plus 2,000. You're just banking on both Jackson and Henry to have a very productive
rushing
game versus like one of them and then a receiver doing something.
Yeah, I mean, we did talk, kind of through the receiving core is really Zay Flowers and then a bunch of guys.
Well, I was talking about Shakir. I was talking about what are the Bills going to do in this game? So if Henry's going to have a good game and Lamar's going to have a good game, then it's going to be either blowout city or it's going to be a nice head-to-head battle. So
I still think it could be a nice head-to-head battle. I just think it would be largely, it'd be like Josh Allen kind of matching Lamar's rushing, and then maybe he hits maybe he does hit a couple of deep balls to Shakir. I don't know. I couldn't fall in love with any of the receiving lines for anybody on the Bills, but I'm if you're scared of this one and you want to stay off of it,
do you like I mean it's not going to be good correlation. I was going to say, do you like Allen 33 and a half rushing yards?
Maybe. I mean, maybe, but is it that different than like his anytime touchdown? Because I think the anytime touchdown is
No, keeping it. I was just trying to figure out a way to make it not Ravens heavy. You have 3 Ravens picks and Josh Allen.
Would you want to double down on the Josh Allen?
No, I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way that we could make this more even, because it will be the first parlay we do on this podcast that is not split evenly.
That's actually not accurate. I recognize our first one that hit was not even.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
we already blew 2,000.
Yeah, we already blew that up. We had 3 Eagles in the last one. We had Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and Jahan Dotson. So,
All right. For the juice, we have Derrick Henry over 84 and a half rushing yards. Josh Allen anytime touchdown. Mark Andrews anytime touchdown, and Lamar Jackson over 48 and a half rushing yards. A rush and TD bonanza. 4 picks plus 2,000, 20 to win 420. Let's go
I just
into Monday night.
I love all those numbers, and it's Sunday Night Football. It's exciting. Even better than Sunday Night Football is, in fact, Monday Night Football. It's the one bright spot about your work week getting started again. My first pick is going to be Aaron Jones over 50.5 rushing yards. Crushed that line over 11 times last year. I think with J.J. McCarthy making his first start in at quarterback, they're going to want to try to support him as much as they possibly can with the run game early on in the season. So I think this is a good time to come in strong with Aaron Jones.
All right, so my pick is kind of not the opposite of that, but I was leaning the other direction. And if you haven't figured it out yet, it's Aaron Jones over 16.5 receiving yards.
You love the receiving yards instead.
Yeah, I mean, he was averaging 23.3. Yeah. We have no Addison. We have a potentially banged up Justin Jefferson. We have a rookie quarterback. I'm thinking, who is he dumping these passes to? He's going to check down to running backs. He's going to lean to Hawkinson. He's going to lean to my other pick, which I'll get into in a second. But I really like over 16.5 for Jones. He's like the guy for that. He's one of the best at it.
Yeah, definitely has been. I will only say, because you just mentioned his name, I'll go ahead and go to my next pick. I do like taking Aaron Jones with the receiving yards. That's fine to me. You mentioned also the other person you would dump the ball down to would be Hawkinson, and that's my other pick from the Vikings side of it. Hawkinson, the Hawk, over 40.5 receiving yards. He was banged up a lot last season, but he did play in both games against the Bears, and he went for 52 yards and 114 yards against the Bears. Young quarterbacks love tight ends. I also think like Loveland on the other side of the ball might be worth a look for the Bears, but give me TJ Hawkinson as the veteran of that.
I like that pick. We'll go rapid fire at this point. The only Bears one that was of interest is the reception captain of the world, Mr. DJ Moore, at 5.5 receptions plus 100. The only reason I'm even considering receptions, actually 2 reasons. 1, it's plus 100. 2, it's DJ Moore. The guy was a reception monster when him and Caleb started clicking. That's my pick.
I'll give you a third reason to go with DJ Moore. He was also one of my picks. Doubling down on DJ Moore. I love that you actually took an over receptions line, which is crazy.
It's the DJ Moore effect.
It is the DJ Moore effect. So we can lock in DJ Moore over 5.5 receptions as one of our picks for sure. The other one I'll go ahead and throw out is an under. Can you guess what the under might be?
Is it under JJ McCarthy passing yards?
Close. It's under Caleb Williams passing yards, because we have shit on this young man on the podcast, and then I've gone back after shitting on him and saying, you know what, he's also going to throw for whatever yardage we said in the milestones. So I don't know what I think of Caleb. Obviously, I'm kind of all over the place, but I did take him at under 220.5 passing yards. I don't think he's going to come out, and throw the ball downfield a whole lot. I think he's going to have a lot of checkdowns to Moore, as you mentioned, and I think they're going to run the ball a lot with Swift. I've got under 220.5 passing for Caleb.
I hate unders.
I know.
Never bet the under, as they say. We'll talk about it, but that's interesting pick.
Thank you.
Interesting pick.
What's your last?
I'm going with aging receivers for 500, Alex.
Is this Adam Thielen?
Give me Adam Thielen over 31.5. He was kind of the guy in Carolina.
He was not shocked. He was the guy in Carolina.
I was kind of shocked that they let him go, but I think he wanted to go back to Minnesota, obviously, and back with the same coaching staff. It is the new quarterback. I'm thinking you're leaning on the veterans. You're leaning on Hawkinson and Thielen. Not that Jefferson is not a 5-year veteran at this point, but he is the deep ball threat. And will JJ be slinging it?
That's what I don't know. That's the only reason I stayed away from a lot of passing, receiving props for this one is, Justin Jefferson is, in my mind, obviously a really, really obviously great wide receiver. He's top 3, I would say, for me. I would take him, and he's proven that he can really do it with any quarterback that you put in front of him. So I don't think it's going to be any different with JJ. I'm just not necessarily going to, throw it in the parlay the first week. We can use him, I'm sure, several times throughout the season. But yeah, I don't dislike Adam Thielen. Like he's never practiced with JJ to this point, like up until like maybe the last couple days. That's the only reason I wasn't sure, because they won't have like any timing stuff really worked out. He wasn't there while he was resting, last season, recovering from injuries. So I wasn't super on Thielen, but I think down the line I'll definitely include Thielen in some parlays. So what do we really like? I think we only had the overlap with DJ Moore. We both
you have
like
any more
Aaron
picks?
Jones. No. So I did mine. So I had DJ Moore, I had Hawkinson, Aaron Jones over 50.5, and Caleb Williams under 220.5.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that are jumping out at me like the most that I like love are Hawkinson, DJ Moore, and Jones receiving.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good on the Jones receiving. I mean, I like his rushing line too, obviously, but I think the receiving line makes just as much sense. I think either way, we're probably going to see a lot of check down stuff.
Is there any other Bears over that sparked interest to you?
I mean, I threw it out briefly. I didn't put any numbers together because there aren't any numbers, but Loveland at tight end is kind of an exciting player for the Bears that Caleb didn't have to, run with last year. So I'm curious what he's going to do. I didn't write down his line. If you've got, the lines up right now.
It is 29.5 under 30.
Well, I mean, tight ends, I think, are going to get a lot of play in this game. So that's another one that we could, potentially dump in there if we didn't love any of the others.
I like it. My problem with the under for Caleb is not that I don't believe it's not going to happen. It's if he gets 222, I'm going to flip a table. And that's the reason overs are great, because if you want them for 40 and they go for 100, whippy.
Sure.
You're like, oh man, I should have bet the ladder for it. Is Caleb going to be this bad under Ben Johnson? I don't know. I think he's only going to be better, ? I know we're not crazy fans of him, but like everything that people are saying this year is that the Bears are going to be at least better than last year.
Well, it's not going to take much. They didn't win a lot of games last year.
Correct.
But yeah, okay. Then yeah, let's throw Loveland in.
I like it.
Okay. What does that put us at?
So,
Calculating.
it's our favorite number.
Oh.
We have over 16.5 receiving yards for Mr. Aaron Jones. We have over 40.5 receiving yards for Mr. TJ Hawkinsauce. Over 5.5 receptions for DJ Moore. And over 29.5 receiving yards for Colston Loveland. I had to read his name because I had forgotten it already. And that 4-pick parlay, and the last one for today, is plus 1,200, our favorite number.
That seems to be a very
if you already know, 20 to win 260.
I like it. That's
like
quick work. That's quick work. I like those
We
picks.
did it.
We did do it. Now we can watch the rest of this Friday night game to see if we can somehow get Travis Kelce involved and see if we have another one to celebrate the next time we recap.
It literally looks like Ladd is almost there. We just need Kelce to wake up, or this whole Chiefs team to wake up now that Worthy got hurt 2 plays into the game. Thank you all so much for listening. This won't be we're going to figure this out as we go in terms of speeding up this process. We don't want to make super long episodes, but we do want to get our picks in, but more importantly, me and Ben want to be on the same page and put these picks in together as a unit. And then hopefully turn this $20 unit into more cash for us to play more dumb bets on this app. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back on Wednesday to go over all of these picks that we made, where we went wrong. Hopefully, if we went right, that'd be great. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to get all of these picks. We have screenshots for everything. We're going to look into providing links at some point too, so stay tuned for that. You can email us, don'ttailthis@gmail.com for questions, concerns, comments. If you won, let us know. If you lost, we don't care. We told you. We told you many a time to not tail this. It's literally the name of the podcast. But for myself and for Ben, thank you so much for listening. And remember,
don't tail this?
Don't Tail This is produced by Al Mannarino and Ben Murchison. Edited by Al Mannarino. Theme song by Lucas Jones. Follow Don't Tail This on Instagram and Twitter @Don'tTailThis. We are committed to responsible gaming. please visit www.rg-help.com to learn more about the resources and helplines available. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. And always bet responsibly, which of course means don't tail this.